Before you scroll, pause for just a moment. This message didn't reach you by accident. If you're hearing this right now, it's because your heart was meant to hear it. Something in your life is about to shift, and you've been feeling it, haven't you? You've been carrying questions you don't say out loud. Quiet worries, silent prayers, moments where you wonder if your effort even matters anymore. And this is where the message begins. 2026 will change your life, God says. Not because everything will suddenly become easy, but because you are finally becoming ready. You've been surviving seasons that were never meant to break you, only to shape you. You stayed strong when no one clapped for you. You kept going when answers didn't come. You kept believing even when progress felt invisible. And that matters more than you realize. Right now, you may feel delayed. You may feel overlooked. You may feel like others are moving ahead while you're standing still. But listen carefully. Delay is not denial. Silence is not rejection. Waiting is not failure. God often works quietly before he works publicly. What's coming in 2026 isn't loud at first. It starts as clarity, a decision, a moment where something inside you finally says, I'm ready to stop doubting myself. You've been preparing without knowing it. Every disappointment taught you strength. Every closed door trained your patience. Every lonely season refined your faith. And here's the part most people miss. The breakthrough doesn't arrive as noise. It arrives as peace. You will begin to notice small shifts, new opportunities, unexpected conversations, doors opening without force. And slowly the weight you've been carrying starts to lift. But there's something important you must understand before moving forward. Not everyone around you will celebrate this change. Some will question it, some will doubt it. Some will try to pull you back into the version of you they're comfortable with. That's why this message matters now. Because what's coming next requires courage and discernment and trust. In the next part, you'll hear the one truth most people ignore, the reason blessings sometimes feel delayed, and what you must stop doing before 2026 begins. Stay with this message. The next part connects everything. If you're still here, listen carefully, because this part is where most people feel something shift inside them. God says, I saw the nights you cried quietly. I saw the prayers you whispered when no one else believed in you. And I saw the moments you almost gave up. You may feel like nothing is changing yet, like 2025 drained you instead of rewarding you. But hear this clearly. Delay is not denial. God says your waiting season was not punishment. It was preparation. There were doors you wanted to force open, but God closed them to protect you. There were people you begged to stay, but God removed them to save your future. Right now, something is being rearranged behind the scenes. You don't see it yet, but conversations are happening in places you cannot access. Decisions are being shifted in your favor. Hearts are being softened, paths are quietly aligning. God says what you thought was rejection was actually redirection. You've been asking, why me? But heaven has been asking, why not you? Because you survived what should have broken you. Because you stayed kind when bitterness was easier. Because you kept believing even when answers were silent. This is why 2026 is different. Not louder, not chaotic, but purposeful. God is about to replace confusion with clarity, pressure with peace, waiting with movement. But listen carefully. This next part matters more than you think. Some blessings only arrive when you stop chasing and start trusting. God says, stop explaining yourself to people who already decided to misunderstand you. Your validation is not in their approval. Your future is not in their hands. It's in mine. And here's the part many people miss. Before elevation comes separation. Before abundance comes alignment. Before breakthrough comes silence. If you feel unusually disconnected lately, it's not loneliness, it's preparation. Because what's coming next requires focus, faith, and courage. And in the next part, I will tell you what God is asking you to release right now so that 2026 can open the door you've been praying for. Don't skip the next part. This message is building for a reason. Listen carefully, because what comes next is the part most people skip, and that's why they stay stuck. If you're still here, it's not by accident. God is asking you something important right now. Not for perfection, not for fear, not even for proof. God is asking for your attention. Because before change happens on the outside, something must shift inside you. You've been carrying pressure that no one sees, smiling when you're tired, staying quiet when you want to speak, praying silently while acting strong. And God says, I saw every moment you thought you were forgotten. 2026 is not about sudden magic, it's about alignment. Some doors will close, not to punish you, but to protect you from rooms where you were shrinking. Some people will drift away, not because you failed, but because they were never meant to walk into your next season. Right now, you may feel delayed, confused, or unsure if you're doing enough. But God says, you are not late. You are being prepared. There are lessons you had to learn quietly, strength you had to build privately, discernment you had to earn slowly. And yes, it was painful, but it was necessary. Because what's coming next requires a stronger version of you. In 2026, clarity will replace confusion. Peace will replace pressure. Direction will replace doubt. But here's the part most people miss. God doesn't force change. He waits for agreement. That's why this message found you. Because something inside you is ready to say, I trust you, even when I don't understand. If you've been asking for a sign, this moment is part of it. Not loud, not dramatic, but deeply intentional. Pause for a second, take a breath, and ask yourself, what am I being called to release? What fear have I been holding on to? What version of myself am I afraid to become? Because once you let go, space opens. And in that space, God begins to move in ways you never expected. But there is one final truth you need to hear, and it's the most important part of this message. It explains why everything you went through was preparing you for something greater, and why 2026 will mark a turning point you won't forget. That message comes next. Stay with me. The final part will change how you see your future. Listen carefully, because this is the part most people never reach. If you are still here, it means something inside you refused to give up, and that itself is a sign. God says, you didn't come this far just to stop now. You've been wondering why 2025 felt like pressure, why doors closed, why people walked away, why your prayers felt unanswered. But hear this clearly. Those weren't rejections, they were separations. God was quietly removing what could not go where He is taking you. You thought the delay meant denial, but heaven was actually rearranging things in your favor. Some of the people you begged to stay, they were never meant to walk into 2026 with you. Some of the plans that failed, they were too small for the future God is preparing. Right now, God is asking you one thing. Will you trust me, even when you don't understand? Because 2026 is not about survival, it is about alignment. God says, I am about to place you in rooms you once prayed to enter. I am about to connect you with people who see your value. I am about to restore what was taken from you. But here is the warning most people ignore. Do not rush, do not compare, do not panic. What is coming to you needs preparation, not pressure. You've been feeling tired lately, emotionally tired, spiritually tired. That's not weakness, that's transformation. Old versions of you are shedding, new strength is forming quietly. God says, stop replaying what hurt you. Stop doubting your worth. Stop asking why it took so long. Because timing protected you. In 2026, clarity will replace confusion. Peace will replace anxiety. Stability will replace chaos. And the thing you cried about in silence will soon make sense in ways you never expected. Here's something very important. Don't ignore this part. Someone who once underestimated you will hear about your growth. Someone who doubted you will witness your rise. Someone who walked away will wonder how you became so strong. Not because you proved them wrong, but because God carried you quietly. And now, He's about to show you why the wait mattered. If your heart feels calm right now, that's not coincidence. That's confirmation. God is saying, stay close, stay faithful, stay patient. Because the next chapter will not look like the last one. And before this season ends, you will look back and realize this message found you at the exact moment you needed it. If this spoke to you, don't scroll away yet. Take a breath, hold this moment, and remember, what God is preparing for you cannot be stopped, delayed, or taken away. Your season is coming, and it's closer than you think.